Happy Monday, Trailblazers and Muleys, and welcome to my channel. Hi, my name is Brandon Tomesco. I'm a MuleSoft mentor and I'm a six-time certified Salesforce professional. I work with MuleSoft integrations and everything, and I don't want to dive too much into that right now in this video because I want to focus on Dreamforce, which is a week away, and I want to provide you with four tips that will help you with your Dreamforce adventure next week. The first tip that I want to start off with something practical, which is packing smart. Like I said, Dreamforce is 1 week away, and you want to make sure that what you're packing is going to be comfortable and smart for when you're at Dreamforce. Dreamforce is a huge networking and learning event. And so you want to have a mix of clothes that are both business casual and casual. And what I mean by casual is it does not mean shorts, it does not mean tank tops, it does not mean that you can wear t-shirts with profanity on them. You still want to wear shirts that seems like they should be worn in a public setting around kids and everything else, and something that your grandma may not get mad at you about. And I probably say that very lightly because I know some people are going to tell me, well, my grandma doesn't care. And I'm like, that's fine and dandy. You're in a professional setting. You want to wear something that does not have any profanity on it. Um, and so I know developers that will go in a t-shirt and a nice pair of jeans. I'm wearing my MuleSoft mentor shirt. I will be wearing this at Dreamforce as well. You can wear, if you have Salesforce community shirts, wear those. Those are a huge plus to wear at Dreamforce. If you have your own t-shirts from your company, if your company sends you branded t-shirts for events that they've done or for the ERGs or anything like that, wear those as well. And then you want to have business casual shirts. So you want to have a nice pair of jeans, a nice pair of khakis, nice button-ups, something with a collar on it for those times that you go to these different networking events to network with different people. Now, the next tip, and this is probably the big one that I've been asked at previous events, specifically at Dreamforce as well, is like, Brandon, how do you navigate all this? Because Dreamforce is huge. Some events that I've gone to are massive events. How do I navigate them and have such a sense of direction? Part of it is kind of like what Rihanna said, I fake it. But then the other part of it is I have a purpose as to why I'm at these events. And so you want to ask yourself, why am I going? As I mentioned earlier, it's a huge networking and learning opportunity. So those are my purposes for going to Dreamforce. But again, those are very vague purposes. So you want to sort of go into the nitty gritty as to what you want to network, how you want to network, and what you want to learn. And so I'll start with the networking real quick first. Networking, I wanted to network with intent because part of me was also in the job market. I wanted to look for a new job. So I want to connect with recruiters. That kind of ties in with I had clothes that were somewhat business professional so I can dress to impress. Um, and then community events. There's a plethora of community events in Dreamforce that you can attend and everything. So I wanted to build and expand on my Salesforce community that I already had. I've been lurking and involved within the Salesforce ecosystem for about 5, 6 years now. So going to Dreamforce and not being my first Dreamforce, I want to see different folks from different walks of life and different areas across the globe that are attending Dreamforce and learn their perspectives as well. And then the learning side of things, I'm a software developer, a MuleSoft developer, so that kind of ties into what do I want to learn? Like I said, there's so many different sessions at Dreamforce that you can attend and do. Tailor it down. With the agenda builder, you're able to focus on the level of expertise, the product, the specification that you want to focus on. I always try to figure out, I do not like saying a lot, but I say it. So for me, I was like, okay, I need to tailor this down to development. And then from there, because I'm also love data, I love working with MuleSoft, focus on stuff that was pertaining to MuleSoft. So I did a couple sessions there, I want to learn more about Salesforce development. So tried to figure out what about Salesforce am I still missing, and one of them was Apex. So I tried to focus finding sessions that were specific towards Apex. And then the other thing is last year's Dreamforce, Agentforce was all the rage, and it still is even now. So I want to learn some of those new products too. And so those are part of the things that led to my goals of wanting to network with intent and learn and expand my skill sets within development of MuleSoft and Salesforce. And that sort of leads me to the third tip, which again is networking with intent. And this one ties directly with your goals. It ties with what I mentioned about networking and Dreamforce being a huge networking event. You will see various different professionals there, whether it's an admin, a developer, an architect, customers even, they'll want to connect with you. They'll want to learn more from you and everything. So you have that opportunity to connect with them. Be intentional about it, especially if you're there to find a new job. Make sure you have your elevator pitch ready. I talked a little fast there. Make sure you want, I'm gonna repeat it. Make sure you have your elevator pitch ready. Having an elevator pitch will be very, very helpful to have with you, especially when connecting with recruiters, connecting with potential customers or anything. It just makes it quicker. The other aspect of it too is with LinkedIn. LinkedIn, if you have it downloaded on your phone, in the search bar, if you click it, it'll allow you to generate a QR code for your profile. That makes it so much quicker for you to connect with folks, especially if your name is complex. My last name, a lot of people struggle to spell it, so I just have the QR code ready for them to scan and they easily connect. The other part is the community aspect of things. Within Dreamforce and within the Agenda Builder, you're able to find various sessions specific to community events, whether it's LGBTQ, mental health, Black community, Latino community, you will find those. Last year, those were so beneficial for me. Connecting with folks that I identified with within the Latino, within the mental health community events helped because then those same people I connected with then helped me navigate Dreamforce too a lot more quickly, where they're like, that event is pretty much the same as this event. You don't really need to attend it. They started giving me tips and tricks of how to move quickly within Dreamforce, and that was super helpful for me. The last tip that I want to share with y'all is have fun. Have fun, but remember that you are still in a professional setting. If you're going to these networking events, be mindful of how much you're drinking. I recommend 1 to 2 drinks, most likely one, just to have sipping throughout the event, especially if you're trying to connect with recruiters. Have just a drink that you're sipping throughout the event. If you're not a drinker, that's perfectly fine. That advice is more towards people that are drinking alcohol because you don't want to be drunk at one of these networking events trying to connect with a recruiter and slurring your speech. It does not look good for you, and it's one of those first impressions matter type of situation. So that's pretty much it for the 4 tips that I have for you. And I hope these are very helpful. If you have additional tips that you'd like to share, feel free to comment them in the video below, or feel free to comment them on my LinkedIn as well. Outside of that, feel free to like and follow. I'm hoping to start posting videos weekly on MuleSoft, Salesforce, and Agentforce related content. Outside of that, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and thank you.